What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Life in Austin, your Austin, Texas relocation channel. I'm your boots on the ground realtor, Dawson Brewer, and today's topic is the top 10 most dangerous neighborhoods here in Austin, Texas. Now, this list actually comes from areavibes.com. This is not my opinion, these are just facts, and I will be covering that list, and also I'll be covering what's going on in the area, any developments. We'll be going over school grades so you can understand what the school system is like in these areas. I'm also going to be covering where they're located, and we're actually going to take a street view. We're just going to see what type of homes, what these homes look like in these areas, what the neighborhoods look like, and that way y'all will have a really good idea of these neighborhoods. Make sure you stay until the end of the video, and that way you get all the information that you need. And also, I invite you to click on my free consultation link, and that way you and I can schedule a phone call or a Zoom meeting and go over all your real estate needs and goals. And that way I make 100% sure that your moving process is very, very simple. All right, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Our first stop is going to be University Hills. Now, University Hills is this little area right here. It is 155% more dangerous than the rest of Austin, according to areavibes.com. Out of 100,000 people, 1,380 crimes takes place in this neighborhood with a population of 4,803 people. If you wanted to live in the inner city limits of Austin and you wanted a little bit of a bigger yard, this would be the place to look. But let's take a look at the neighborhood area. Let's see what it looks like. I'm just gonna drop off right here. So as you can see, again, these houses, the average house is built in the 60s. It's gonna be an older type of neighborhood. That's just obvious. Now, this is located in the Northeast Austin, Texas area. And you will notice a trend when I'm going down this list of where these neighborhoods are typically located. But as we're just looking around the neighborhood, you can just see a lot of these homes are older. There's not really a lot of new homes in this area. A lot of one-car garages, that sort of thing. Now, there's most likely going to be developers and fix and flippers getting into this area to go into some of these homes and remodel it, put some money into it, kind of refurbish it. So this would be a good area to find those types of homes. But yeah, you are looking at, you know, an older type of home, older type of neighborhood, that sort of layout. Now in this area, let's go right back into this. In this area, you are going to have at HEB, and it does have a couple of elementary schools. It also borders the 290 highway. US 290 frontage road is basically a tollway. If you're a veteran, if you are at least 10% disabled, you do not pay tolls on that tollway. All right, it is also on the corner of 183, which is another tollway. We are not exempt on that one, unfortunately, but we are exempt on that 290 tollway. All right. Now, according to Great Schools, the website Great Schools, they rate the elementary schools in this area. One of them is a 2 out of 10. The other one is a 3 out of 10. So it's not exactly the best kind of school district, but that is it for University Hills. Let's go to, let me back out of this map. We are going to jump to the next neighborhood. Number 9 on the list is Windsor Park. Windsor Park is 157% more dangerous than other parts of Austin, with 1,390 crimes taking place out of 100,000 people. Okay, that population is one of the biggest on this list at 16,512 people. Okay, it's a large area. Okay, it also has a lot of shops, schools, grocery centers, gyms. It has a lot of things to do in this area, okay? Restaurants, that sort of thing. It is located northeast Austin, right above Mueller. And if you're not familiar with Mueller, Mueller is an up-and-coming neighborhood in Austin. A lot of development is coming that way. A lot of money is being pumped into that area. It's a very clean, very good area to be in. This one is north of that, okay? You are still located really close to 290 frontage road, okay, that tollway I just spoke about. You're also on the border of Highway 35, which is the main, or I-35, which is the main interstate running basically in the center of Texas. It's a free public highway, but a lot of people are not a fan of it, me included, because traffic can be pretty bad on that, okay? Now, your average home is going to be built in 1962. It's going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath, just sitting under a quarter acre. 1475 square feet is the average size home in that area. And the average sold price is going to be $535,000. Okay, we currently have 16 active homes in this area. All right, let's go take a look at the street view now. Just drop us off. Oh, we already dropped off too. We already see a newer revitalized home right here in the corner. But this is gonna be, again, another older neighborhood, so you're not really expecting brand new houses to be popped up here and there, because that is actually a common thing in Austin, to where you get to these older neighborhoods and you might see, old house, and then one random really gorgeous looking modern home just sitting in the middle of an established neighborhood. But I'm not seeing that too much in this type of area. I do go shopping in this area every now and then. I do go to Mueller quite a bit, so I do pass through this area. But yeah, this is just like your original Austin right here. This is just your original Austin type of neighborhood, okay? And again, this is like one of the biggest neighborhoods on this list. There is a lot of things to do in this area. The Great Schools website has rated schools in this area. So we have Blatton Elementary School was rated a 6 out of 10. And Harris Elementary School is rated a 3 out of 10. Okay, so you have one kind of not so great elementary school and the other one is around average. But you know what? That's why it's important to for us to connect, because I will be able to show you guys these statistics. I'll be able to pick your brains on what you think that the ideal move is for you and your family. We can go over your plan and I can find you that perfect home for you and your family. Okay, so that's why it's important to have conversations like this and to meet with realtors like myself, and that way y'all get the full picture and y'all understand what you're getting yourselves into. Okay, because at the end of the day, I want to help you guys, right? I want to help you guys find a home, because I know what it's like to move into an area and not know anything about it and kind of go in blindsided. And then you realize after the purchase that, hey, this area is a little not my type of style, okay? So we want to avoid that, because buying a house can be very expensive. Selling can be even more expensive. And I mean, if you're buying a house, you're probably going to stay there for at least the next 5 to 7 years. So you want to make sure you get the first decision. You want to make sure that you find the right area first. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure that you're at least going to enjoy your time there for at least 5 years, right? We take a look at the neighborhood. Y'all can see what the homes look like in this area. It's not so much cookie cutter either. You do have your neighbors right next door to each other. Oh, and by the way, this is a very popular thing in Texas. This is xeriscaping with the cactus and all that good stuff. It's popular because we are on a water restriction quite a bit. So if you're able to lower down your landscaping type of maintenance, I mean, more power to you. Look at some more homes in this area. So yeah, what I was saying about the cookie cutter is that, that's a very popular thing now with the newer developments, is that you get a lot of cookie cutter type of homes, a lot of cookie cutter type of neighborhoods. And what that means for the folks that don't know what that means is that homes really look like each other. I mean, they're the same color, same style. You might have a 1-story, you might have a 2-story, might be different layouts in the inside, but they just look like you just picked them out of off a wall, right? So with these established neighborhoods, you don't really have that type of issue. Now, you are going to be close to your neighbors, but every single home looks different than the next. So let's move on to our next neighborhood. Let me get this pulled up. So our next neighborhood, number 8, is going to be Heritage Hills. Okay, if y'all looking on this map, it's this little rectangle area right here, this little square over here, Heritage Hills. Now, as y'all can see, it is on the border of I-35 and 183 Tollway, okay? It is located in Northeast Austin. Northeast Austin, okay? Now, Heritage Hills is 167% more dangerous than other Austin neighborhoods, okay? Out of 100,000 people, they have 1,445 crimes with a population of 7,129 people, okay? Your average home, now here's a kicker, there's only one average home on the market in this area, but your average home is gonna be built in 1967. It's gonna be a 4-bed, 2-bath, sitting on just under a quarter acre again, so 0.21 acres, 1872 square feet, so a little bit bigger than the other neighborhoods. And the sold price, the average sold price is $603,000. So you are getting a bigger, more expensive home in this area. And this area also has a lot of trees and wildlife. But let's take a look on the ground. Okay, we'll drop right in the middle there. Well, I don't know how I ended up in the rock climbing space, but let's try that again. Let's hop in over here. There we go. Okay, so now, although these homes were built in the 60s, just like the previous neighborhoods, this neighborhood does not seem to look that old, okay? It could be because these homes are bigger, because these homes are a little bit more pricier than the other ones, but you do have some bigger homes in this area. And again, like I was mentioning about the cookie cutter type of neighborhoods, this doesn't seem cookie cutter. Now, I want to show you all this too. This is another popular thing in Austin, is that some homes will convert their garage to just a living space, and they'll just add the extra square footage to the home and just basically delete the garage. I see that quite a bit in these established neighborhoods. And if you're wondering why, here's the reason. We don't have basements in this area. I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of homes already. Out of all the homes that I've seen, I might have seen 2 homes with a basement, just to give you all some perspective. So that's a very common thing to see. And I want to kind of touch on what developers are doing. Again, they're just moving into these older neighborhoods, finding older Austin homes and just remodeling them, basically. You see a lot of homes like this. I mean, a modern style, the black type of paint, all that good stuff. We do see that quite a bit in these neighborhoods. And when you do have developers or fix and flippers coming in and doing this type of thing, it could help out surrounding property values. I mean, because they're tearing down old homes and building new ones, you know? So that's good for the neighborhood. It's good for people's properties values. But unfortunately, this neighborhood did make this list at number 8. And according to Great Schools, they rated the Hart Elementary School a 5 out of 10. So it's not good and it's not bad. It's just right in the middle, pretty average. We're gonna move on to our next neighborhood. Let me get this pulled up on a map. And this one is gonna be your Pecan Springs, Springdale neighborhood. As y'all can see within this border, that is the Pecan Springs, Springdale neighborhood, okay? It does have a green belt. It's located to the west side of Mueller, so west of Mueller. And again, Mueller is that area that Austin's pumping a lot of money into. A lot of development is going on in that area. A lot of new buildings, new constructions going on in that area. So it's right next to that area, has that green belt. And Pecan Springs, Springdale is 169% more dangerous than other Austin neighborhoods. Okay, out of a population of 7,352, and out of 100,000 people, you do have 1,453 crimes taking place. Okay, there's 18 active homes in this neighborhood, and your average home is going to be built in 1987. So this is a newer neighborhood than the previous neighborhoods that we looked at so far. It's going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath. It's going to be your average home, sitting at 0.17 acres. All right, 1,805 square feet. And your average sold price is going to be $378,000. So far, this is going to be your most affordable neighborhood out of the bunch. Okay, $378,000 to be located close to Austin, to downtown Austin. It's not a pretty bad deal, but you do have to deal with the fact that this is on the top 10 list of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Austin. You know, you gotta pick your poison. Do you want affordability or do you want safety? Okay. Now, guess where this is located? I'm gonna give y'all a second to guess. East Austin, okay? Seeing the trend? East Austin. Now this one is a short walk to a major bus hub, all right? Which is on the same line that will take you to the county hospital. So locals do like the fact that this one is a little bit more walkable than other neighborhoods. Okay, now there is some Section 8 housing in this area. So we're just gonna drop down to one of these random little streets and see what these houses look like. Okay, so let this be, and it's not just Austin. it's just any area in general. I just lost my, oh, okay. I don't know where we just went. That was the perfect house. I was trying to make a point to you guys. Let me see if I can find this house up here somewhere. Wow, that house just really disappeared on me. Well, I was pointing out the house. It looked like the house had looked like a window cage, or like, you know, one of those metal bars in the window. I was just gonna show y'all that, like, typically if you have a home like that in the neighborhood, there's a reason for that. And I mean, it's never really a great sign that a house has bars, has security bars over the windows, or security metal door in the front. I could have sworn one of the houses that I just saw when we dropped down did look like it had some of that, but it is on his list, so I would not be surprised if you had homes in this area with those type of security features. Okay, now as you can see here with this one, we have solar panels, so that just kind of tells me that you have more progressive people, or more, you know, it seems like that because Austin is known for its technological industry, or its IT or tech industry. That's what I was trying to say. So at least in my experience, it seems like the people more open to getting solar panels put in their house are those techie type of people. If you want my opinion of solar panels, I don't think that they're a good investment, but that's just my opinion. I can make a video about that the other day. Actually, you know what? Y'all let me know your opinions down below. What do y'all think about solar panels on the house? Do y'all like them? Do y'all dislike them? Why not? All right, let's have a little debate in the comment section. Okay. Now, another common thing that you see, this isn't exactly something to point out with this example, but this just gives me kind of a thought, is that if some people don't have a garage, they do have a carport. Okay, I can't really 100% consider this a carport. It's more so of covered parking, but this is essentially what a carport will look like. Okay, so that's very common also in these established Austin neighborhoods. And again, you see here that they converted that garage into an extra living space. I want to point this out too. Okay, I don't mean to pick on this guy right here, but there is a lot of stereotypes and a lot of, I guess, negative stereotypes about HOA neighborhoods. A lot of people don't like HOA neighborhoods because they think Karens are on the board, or whatever the case is. They think that if you're buying a house in that neighborhood, you shouldn't be told how to live. I 100% agree with that, and I know the viewpoint. I know where you guys are coming from. This here is a perfect example of why having an HOA can be very beneficial for you. Okay, I hate to single this guy out, right? Because it's not like his house is in terrible shape, but an HOA would not allow your yard to look like this. It was probably start implementing some fines and stuff like that. And HOAs keep your property values as high as possible. That's the point of an HOAs. You want to maximize your property values. So with neighborhoods like this without HOAs, I mean, you can technically park a boat in your front yard or RV and nobody can tell you anything. But you have to imagine if you're the neighbor across the street over here with the super clean grass, and let's say your neighbor over here has a boat parked in front, and they got all types of funny things going on in the front yard. Well, are you expecting to really sell your house at top dollar if your neighborhood right across from you has a house that looks like a junkyard? Like I mentioned earlier, you got to pick your poison. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a little bit more restrictions on what you can do to your house, but you're at least guaranteed that to maximize your property value? Or would you rather take that chance in an established neighborhood? You can do whatever you want with your property, but your neighbor could have 100 flamingos outside, 100 of those decorative flamingos, and kind of just make the neighborhood look a little weird. Y'all let me know. So that's it for this neighborhood. So great schools rated the Pecan Springs Elementary School a 2 out of 10. That is not good at all. Okay, that is not good at all. So that's just like an inside look on this neighborhood, okay? And we are gonna move on to our next neighborhood. Our next neighborhood is called Georgians Acres. Georgians Acres is in this little border right here. Now, it is 174% more dangerous than other Austin neighborhoods. with a crime of 1,478 crimes taking place out of 100,000 people, with a population of 9,299 people. There is currently 5 active listings in this neighborhood, and your average home is going to be built in 1972. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,461 square feet, sitting at 0.5 acres. So you're sitting at almost half an acre in this neighborhood. This is by far the largest lot to the point of this video. Your average sold price is going to be $435,000. So for $435,000 at half an acre within the city limits of Austin is a pretty good deal. So you might be wondering, well, what's going on in this neighborhood? Let's go take a look. Let's drop our guy down. Let's go in there. Okay. So when I was doing the market report on this neighborhood, I actually did see a pretty good looking neighborhood with some bigger homes, obviously some bigger lots. So we're just kind of randomly just dropped into a neighborhood in this area. This one is located in North Austin, okay? One of the notes that I had on this one is that it had a lot of taco trucks in the area. You do see that these homes are in pretty bad shape. These are older homes again. So there are developers coming to these neighborhoods, knocking these homes down and building them right back up. But you do have these older homes. And I did go on a rant on that HOA type of standpoint. I just want to point it out again. You know, this is the reason why HOAs could sometimes be better for you, because I hate to single people out, but like you have this type of property over here that kind of looks like a junkyard, you know? And you just kind of have to live with it as a neighbor, versus if you're in an HOA, that type of thing will never happen. This is a carport. So this is what I would consider a carport. And I want to say a lot of homes in this area, I mean, you do have the garage in the back, but there's going to be some homes in these neighborhoods that just don't have a garage at all, because that was just the thing back then. Either they have a garage or they don't have a garage, or they might have a 1-car garage. So that's why these people build carports, just so they can at least have some sort of protection from the weather. Now we're just gonna make our way through. Let's look at a couple more homes. This looks like a school or a church. So not too bad of a neighborhood. I'm looking right now, I'm looking forward to see if there's like any mobile homes in this area. This more so just looks like older homes that could be torn down and rebuilt. Sort of thing. That almost looks like a mobile home over there. No, that looks like a mobile home. Yeah, so there might be a couple mobile homes in this area. This is not just the only neighborhood in this area. I mean, there is a very beautiful neighborhood, and they have a lot of gorgeous homes in that specific area in this neighborhood. Before we get to number 5, let's talk about the great schools school rating, okay? So we have a couple schools in this area. One of them is the Cedars International Academy for international students. This one is rated a 7 out of 10. So above average, almost getting into that really great section. I would say it's a good school, not great. Hey, at least it's above average. At least so far, it's one of the better schools that we've seen out of these neighborhoods. Your next school is an elementary school. That is Burrington Elementary School. That is rated a 3 out of 10. Very opposite from each other, according to great schools. All right, so let's get out of this area and let's hop on to the next neighborhood. Number 5 on this list is the Bowling Creek neighborhood. This one is 180% more dangerous than Austin neighborhoods, or has 180% more crimes than Austin neighborhoods. I know I kept saying dangerous. You guys get the point. It has a population of 6,229 people. And out of 100,000 people, there is 1,512 crimes taking place. There's 31 active homes in this area. And your average home is going to be built in 1999. It's going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath on 0.16 acres, 2,020 square feet. And your average sold is going to be $919,000, right under that 1 million mark. And this one is located in Southwest Austin, okay? This one is also less than 1 mile away from downtown Austin. And as you guys can see, it's also on that border of Lady Bird Lake. So you're on the border of the water. What makes this neighborhood dangerous, okay? I actually have visited this neighborhood quite a bit because this is where South Congress is located. If you guys don't know what South Congress is, it's one of our more popular popular districts in Austin. It's a really big tourist attraction. Has a lot of mom and pop shops, a lot of antique shops. It has one of those, I can't think of the name from the top of my head, but you can buy cowboy boots and cowboy hats there. I'm sure it'll come to me at some point in this video. But we do have that store there. And there's a lot of thrift stores on the street. We have the Nike store. There's a lot of things to do for tourists in this area. So if you come as a tourist in this area, it doesn't really seem like it's a dangerous area because there's a lot of development, a lot of money, and just a lot of tourism. It's a really fun spot to be at. I'm talking about South Congress specifically. Okay. I think the reason why this neighborhood is on this list is because of South Congress, is because that it does attract a lot of tourists. And naturally, when you have more tourists attracted to a singular area, it just seems like the crime rate is going to be a bit higher because you're dealing with people, you know, you're dealing with people from all types of backgrounds. And there's also a lot of places to drink too. So when you mix alcohol with tourists that's trying to have a good time, yeah, okay, you guys know what's going to happen. All right. So let's take a look at one of the neighborhoods. Let's look at the street view. Okay, I'm just gonna drop down randomly. Let's go close to South Congress. Actually, let's just drop down over here. All right. So that street over there is South Congress. Okay. Actually, let's make our way to South Congress really quick. So South Congress again. I actually took my mom here. There's a lot of things. This is all walkable, by the way. If y'all can see in the background, that's the skyline of Austin. So it's a really short distance away. It's, you know, we could say it's technically within walking distance, but you probably want to grab an Uber or even like you want to grab a scooter at least, you know, otherwise you're gonna be walking for a minute. But yeah, all up and down the street there is a lot of traffic. I wouldn't say it's kind of stop and go. You know, it's just a good amount of cars on the street, especially on the weekends and especially during rush hour. But you have so many things to do on the street. Sometimes they have random pop-up shops, you know, like random pop-up shops like clothes and all that good stuff, thrift items. I remember taking my mom here. You have people from France kind of promoting this I think it was like the sparkling water drink on the street. They were handing it out for free. It was a really hot days. Some cafes have those water sprinklers spraying out with the fans, and it feels really good when you're walking through them. I remember some guy having a big boa snake on the street or on the sidewalk, and people could pick it up for money, take pictures with it. So they have a lot of tourist attractions. You know, aside from the Disney characters, we don't have any of that. I would imagine that the Airbnbs in this neighborhood could be quite pricey. So if you're looking for a good investment type of property to make some income on, this area might be the area for you. But again, it does get rowdy. It can get rowdy. It can get loud. You see, we have scooters, a bunch of scooters here. So you also got to watch where you're driving in this area because these scooters do not follow road rules at all. I can't tell you guys how many times I'm almost hit somebody on a scooter because they would just blow past a red light or a stop sign. All right, now it is very hard on the weekend to find parking close to South Congress, and that is actually one of the knocks I do have in this neighborhood, is that if you are living on one of these residential streets, we're just gonna go up the street here, this is what parking pretty much looks like every single weekend. Sometimes we got to park 3 blocks away just to walk to South Congress. So if you're one of those people living in these homes and you got to deal with, you know, people's BS of just people just parking all over everywhere, that's one of the cons of living in this area. Okay. Now, Great Schools has rated Becker Elementary School to be an 8 out of 10. So this is a very, very good school. Okay. Very good school. 8 out of 10. I mean, at that point, it's only 2 more points until you're perfect, right? So I would say that's a great school to be in. And they also have a school for the deaf. Okay. So and that's actually located off of South Congress. It's a large campus. It seems like they have a lot of amenities. So yeah, this is a I like this area personally. I never felt like it was a dangerous area, but we do have to go off the black and white statistics. And me personally, it's not a fact, it's just an opinion. I think those statistics are from tourists. Okay. All right. So if you're liking this video so far, please leave me a like or a comment down below. Consider subscribing to see videos similar to this one, because at the end of the day, I want to help you guys out with your home journey, okay? Whether you're buying, whether you're selling, even if you're renting, reach out to me. I have free consultations for you guys. I'm leaving the links down below in the description. We could talk about your journey. We could talk about what you're planning to do with real estate. Let me help you with your journey, because I know what it's like to move to a new place without knowing anybody, without knowing the area. I mean, I was military. I moved around quite a bit. I was in the Air Force for 8 years. So I know what it's like to be in a new area. It's very scary. It can be a very scary time. So let me make it less scary. Let me make it more fun for you, more entertaining, more educational. And that way you have no regrets about your home buying process, home buying, home selling, or even finding a rental, okay? Reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information down below, all right? So we're gonna be in the Rosewood area, and Rosewood is number 4 on our list. All right, Rosewood has 184% more chance of a crime happening than the other Austin neighborhoods. 184%. Okay, more dangerous. Okay, has a population of 5,859 people, and out of 100,000 people, 1,533 crimes take place. There's 8 active listings in this area, and your average home is going to be built in 2010. It is going to be a 2-bed, 2-bath condo. Okay, a lot of condos in this area, sitting on just under a 1/4 acre at 1,262 square feet, and your average sold price is $456,000. I'll give you guys a second to guess where this is located at. Okay, this one is located in East Austin. All right. This one is close to MLK, which we'll actually get to shortly. And it's also close to Mueller. Remember I mentioned Mueller a couple neighborhoods ago. All right, so Rosewood. Now it is located close to I-35, that highway. It's located between I-35 and 183 tollways, kind of right smack dab in the middle. I don't think I've ever visited this neighborhood, to be honest with you guys. If I have, I was just passing through. It does have a couple parks and green belts. Let's get a street view. Let's see what's going on. Let's just pop in over here. All right. So immediately when we jump down, I know I'm more of an apartment area. We're gonna reestablish ourselves, but this just popped out to me. Now these look like they're gonna be condos or townhomes. I did mention that this is more so, there's more condos in this area, 2-bed, 2-bath. And, you know, depending on where you guys are coming from, that might seem very expensive, buying a 2-bed, 2-bath condo for $465,000. You're paying for the location. I mean, you are very close to downtown Austin, and, excuse me, it is what it is, right? So, yeah, these are going to be suited more so for your, you know, professional tech type of folks. Condos are actually pretty popular here in Austin, just because there's a lot of tech people. There's a lot of people with money here that wants that home ownership without having the home ownership responsibilities, right? When you're living in a condo, depending on the HOA, you're not going to be responsible for the exterior. So if the roof needs to be replaced, the AC breaks, whatever the case is, the HOA takes care of that. And then depending on your condo, your HOA, your association or whatever, you do have some more amenities than a typical house would have. And those amenities can be, you have a swimming pool, you have a fitness center, you have a clubhouse, you have, you know, this bar area, pool tables, events, you know, like resident events. That's the word I was looking for. You have private parking, overhead parking, a garage, whatever the case is. So there are pros and cons to owning a condo. You don't own the land underneath, you just own the structure. and you're not responsible for the typical things that a homeowner is responsible for. Typically, you are responsible for everything in the interior, okay, wall to wall. But when it comes to the roof and things like that, you are not responsible for paying for that. If I understand correctly, at least in the condos that I've worked along with, if there is roof work to be done, the costs would kind of be spread out, and the association, the HOA, would just go through and do everybody's roof. So that's kind of just like the quick breakdown of what a condo is. Okay, I mentioned again that, you know, some homes do not have the garage, so they do have these carports. These homes tend to be a little bit smaller. Now we can see that these homes are smaller, but a developer must have came in, bought the lots, and just rebuilt these brand new homes. You do have the one-car garages on this street. The condos being built down the street from here. You do have a newer, more modern home here with the two-car garage. You don't have a garage here. I want to say these people converted their garage into additional square footage. Some of these homes could be very tiny. I mean, I've seen some homes be like 800 to 900 square feet with a one-car garage. So that's why people convert these garages. A couple homes that needs to be rebuilt, remodeled. And this area just doesn't have an HOA. Now, even if an area doesn't have an HOA and there's condos being built, those condos could have their own HOA, their own private HOA. So that's something to keep in mind when moving to these areas. Now, Great Schools has rated this school, Campbell Elementary School, a 2 out of 10. So it's not a great school district to be in. Keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to number 3. So for number 3 on our list is St. John's within this border right here. All right, so it does cross over to both the east and west side of I-35. I just realized that, you know, in the previous neighborhood, I did give the wrong directions. I meant to say east, not west. But yeah, anyways, this one is both on the east and west side of I-35, and it's also on the border of 290. Okay, so that tollway that if you're a disabled veteran is completely free to you. If you're not, sorry, you got to pay the tolls. Okay. In this neighborhood, this is Northeast Austin. Okay. This one is an actual growing commercial market. That's what I seen when I was looking into this neighborhood. Growing commercial market. You do have a post office. I don't see any green areas or any parks. That was like a common complaint. You do have a public library, and you also have a community college. You have the Austin Community College Highlands in this area. Okay, that's going to be located over there. So this is more so of a little bit less residential than the others, more commercial. So this neighborhood is a mix of new and old homes, and this one is 201% more dangerous than the other Austin neighborhoods. Has a population of 9,414 people, and out of 100,000 people, there are 1,627 crimes committed or reported. Okay. Your average home, there's 12 active listings in this area, and your average home is going to be built in 2003. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, sitting at 0.19 acres, 1,464 square feet, with an average sold price of $493,000 in this neighborhood. We're just going to take a quick look at this. We're just going to pop into a residential neighborhood. Now, this can be a good neighborhood to have an investment in because you do have that community college. Anywhere in Austin is going to be a good neighborhood to invest in if you are buying for a rental, even though the Austin market for rentals isn't that hot right now. It's actually not a good time to pay for a rental property. But if you are located in a area with a school, with a college, you could look into kind of like your midterm renters or even a rent by the room type of situation. And Airbnb is always going to be a thing. As long as you clear it up with the county, you know, you get the proper permits and certificate of eligibilities, you should be fine to run an Airbnb business out. Austin's that big tourist city. But you see here is going to be a mix of mobile homes. Wonder why that's blurry over there. Somebody probably opted out. Let's see if we can see that. Nope. Okay. So you got mobile homes in this area. You got more older homes. I want to say that home was newer because that was in my notes that this had newer homes in this neighborhood. This home over here looks a little bit newer, sitting on the corner over here. They actually that looks like a duplex. So I would not be surprised if, I mean, there is all types of properties in this neighborhood, right? We saw homes, we saw a mobile home, you got commercial properties, you have multi-families. You have a lot of different types of properties in this neighborhood. This is probably a good neighborhood that people are moving in to gentrify, to go in, put some money into it, and revamp some of these homes. I mean, this one looks a little bit more modern, or at least the gate does. You guys, is it that crazy that if you guys just paint the outside of a home, you put some new windows on there, and you put a new gate with some landscaping, you could transform the look of a home. I mean, look at this. If you apply the same principle of this home with this home over here, you know, you put some work into the roof, you replace some shingles, you replace the windows, you paint the outside, and you put a gate around. You take this fence down, you put a little gate around, more modern. You could completely transform the look of this home just on the exterior, just on the curb appeal, and make that home just look completely different. So that is pretty much it for this neighborhood. As y'all can see, there's a lot of homes that needs work or that's getting worked on. And that's just continues to be the case for these older Austin neighborhoods. And then it looks like we have apartments back there in the back. We have 2 more neighborhoods left. If you guys have gotten to this point, I do appreciate y'all. This is the longest video that I've made to this point. I'm happy that I'm able to grow alongside y'all, all right? So number 2 on our list, number 222, is gonna be the Riverside neighborhood. And this one is 211% more dangerous than other Austin neighborhoods, with a population of 12,314 people, with 1,680 crimes being reported per 100,000 people, okay? Now, this neighborhood, as y'all can see on the map, is located in conjunction with Colorado River and Lady Bird Lake. So you are very, very, very close to downtown Austin. If you just keep on going up across this bridge here, you're pretty much in downtown Austin over there. So this is very, very close. And I'm actually familiar with this one. My wife and I, our first time kayaking on Lady Bird Lake, we actually parked at some complex over here and rented out some paddle boards and basically just walked to the lake. And this area does seem pretty sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. There's still this gas station over here somewhere to where it looks like it's been abandoned for years, graffiti everywhere. I see homeless people in and out, just walking around. And you're in very close proximity to 35. And it does get very busy over here too, loud too. Very busy right here in this section, because this is where traffic starts to build up before you start getting into downtown Austin. It's always in this spot right here. Whether you're going into Austin or whether you're leaving Austin, it's always a build up. I hate driving through this area specifically. I absolutely hate it. But it does have an HEB plus. And just to give y'all some home statistics, there's 26 active listings, with your average home being built in 1994, 3-bed, 2-bath, sitting on 0.16 acres, 1,878 square feet, with an average sold price of $373,000. So y'all might be wondering, why is this area so cheap compared to other areas if it's so close to Austin? Well, this neighborhood does not pull punches when it comes to that crime rate. But this area, I have never really felt that safe in. I'm not saying that you're gonna get shot up or anything like that. I don't feel comfortable walking here unless, you know, I always have to keep my head in a swivel everywhere I go. That's just the military background in me, right? I always have some sort of protection on me, whether it's lethal or non-lethal. But this area, I always bring lethal, just because shit could go down. I feel like, at the very least, that's what I feel like. You do have new development over here. I want to say it's new condos, townhomes, apartments, that sort of thing. But it does have very old Austin homes that could be tore down and built back up. I want to show y'all something that just caught my eye. So I just seen it. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. So when you're in these neighborhoods with these more established homes, this is very common of what I'm seeing is that somebody will come in, build a gorgeous modern home, just in the smack dab middle of an established neighborhood. It looks odd, I'm not gonna lie, having these gorgeous modern homes right across the street from your standard older type of home, right? It looks weird, but they do a beautiful job with these homes. And I mean, whether or not you would buy this house, there is a market for people like this, and these homes do sell. Okay, even if these homes sit on the market for a while, it always seems like these homes they do find a buyer at some point. Okay. So there are no schools in this area. Oh, I didn't even go over the location. This location is Southeast Austin, okay? HEB Plus is right off the highway, right off of I-35. There's no schools here, so it might not be the best type of neighborhood if you have a family. But I'll leave that to you guys for you to decide. Before we get into our very last neighborhood, if you guys have made it to this point, I want to thank you again. If you guys are getting any type of good educational content from this, let's connect. Consider subscribing, because I will make more videos like this. Consider reaching out. Let me help you map out your roadmap of your home ownership journey. Okay, even if we have to get you in a rental for the first year to get your toes wet, I am more than happy to do that. I spent the first year of my career helping people find rentals. I've helped over 70 families in my first year doing this find rentals. Okay, so if that's what you need help with, contact me. I got that free consultation link down below for y'all. Let's connect. Okay, I'll leave my contact information somewhere on the screen as well. All right, let's move into number one. And I really hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Number one, the most dangerous neighborhood in Austin per areavibes.com is gonna be MLK, Martin Luther King. Let me ask y'all, in y'all's cities and states where y'all are coming from, is MLK one of the more dangerous areas in your city as well? Because it seems like that everywhere that I go to, Milwaukee, MLK is dangerous. I've been to MLKs in different cities. They seem to be dangerous. Why does it always seem that MLK is always on one of these most dangerous lists? Y'all let me know down below if it's the same in your area or not. Okay, MLK is 266% more dangerous than your Austin neighborhood. And remember, the last one was 211, so this is a very, very large difference, okay? Number 10 was 155%, so this is 111% more dangerous than the least dangerous neighborhood on this list. The notes that I put in this, okay? The population is 5,261, and you have 1,979 crimes reported out of 100,000 people. We have 10 active listings in this neighborhood, with your average home being built in 2014. 3-bed, 2-bath, 0.19 acres, 1,708 square feet, with an average sold price of $759,000. This one is located in East Austin. If y'all have gotten the trend so far in this video, is that East Austin is the more dangerous part of Austin. West Austin is where a lot of the money is at, okay? So yeah, just keep that in the back of your head. Now, in this area, you do have a golf course, you have a park, and you also have a cemetery with some condos sprinkled here and there. You got a coffee shop, you have a church. There was really no schools in this area, so I couldn't even get you guys a school rating. So let's take a look at this neighborhood. All right, so we just plopped down to a random neighborhood. Now, so far, if you guys have noticed the trend, these neighborhoods are just a little bit older. You would have one random, modern, beautiful looking home in a mix of just old neighborhoods. Now, this neighborhood does not have an HOA. Okay, so this could be a good type of investment if you wanted to make a fix and flip. Okay, here's the problem with that. Although these homes can sell for $759,000 on average. So like if you wanted to come in as a flipper, you do have a high sale price, potential to sell the home. You also have to understand the flip side of things. These homes, these established homes, can go for quite a bit of money. You're not going to be able to find something for dirt cheap and make $700,000 on. It's just not going to happen. These homes, and this is just me guessing, these homes could probably sell for somewhere in the ballpark of $400,000 to $600,000. If they're distressed, it's going to be on the lower end of $400,000. But if it's just a home that's a little bit outdated, needs some TLC, it's probably going to be in that $500,000 to $600,000 range. And that's just me guessing. Just for me, just looking at the numbers and doing this on a daily basis. I even see lots, residential lots in these Austin neighborhoods going anywhere from like $400,000 to $500,000, just an empty lot. Okay, you would be hard pressed to find one for $300,000. If you find one for $200,000, I would jump on that quick. And anything under that, I would jump on it pretty quick. But yeah, this area is expensive. Not just MLK, all these neighborhoods are getting to that point where it's like, damn, man, if you don't have money coming into this, how are people able to afford this? And the answer is, not a lot of people can afford this. The people living in these neighborhoods have been here pretty much forever. People who've been here, a lot of people coming here with money from California has all been mainly through the COVID market. And even like in the market today, we still are seeing a good influx of people coming from out of state, coming from these different states like New York and California, that sort of thing. Because your dollar can go longer here than it could those cities. And we also have the good weather, good pay, good benefits, all that good stuff. But it is pricing the Austin resident out. I mean, everybody's taxes are going up at an alarming rate. Then you have these properties that just, we were in a bubble. That bubble is starting to slowly decrease in size. And I'm not saying that we popped or that we're gonna pop, but home prices have been coming down quite a bit in Austin overall, just because we have been in a bubble these last couple years, just due to interest rates and all that good stuff. So yeah, there is a mix of people coming in with money, mix of people who've been here forever, and they just didn't want to move, or they didn't have the opportunity to move, or whatever the case is. So that's why these neighborhoods look the way they are. But that is my top 10 list of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Austin. If you're a local and if you disagree with this list, just keep in mind this is not my opinion, okay? I didn't even know half these neighborhoods. This is based off of areavibes.com, which I'm leaving the link to this list down below, and that way you guys can view that list yourself. So if you're a local, don't take it out on me, man. I'm just the messenger, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm getting this based off the statistics, okay? It says this is no knock to you. East Austin is just, even talking to locals, East Austin is just known to have more crime than any other part in Austin. Okay, even if you're driving, if you have no idea what Austin is and you're driving through East Austin, and then the next day you drive through West Austin, you're gonna notice a day and night difference, I promise you. East Austin, you're gonna see a lot more older homes, a lot more abandoned looking type of homes, more distressed type of properties. You might see more graffiti, smaller streets. You're gonna see more of that than you would in West Austin. West Austin, you're gonna see a lot more Teslas, Mercedes, all these luxury type of cars. You're gonna see Porsches, you're gonna see people with more money, you're gonna see bigger homes, you're gonna see bigger lots. You're gonna see cleaner streets, bigger streets, newer buildings. You're gonna see more of that in West Austin. Okay, so that's the biggest difference. It's a 90-day difference. I want to thank you for getting to the end of the video. This did take a lot of effort to make, so thank you for staying to the end of the video. I hope that y'all took as much of good information that I put into it, and y'all feel better after watching this video. Consider subscribing, as I will be dropping weekly videos about different topics of life in Austin, Texas, because My job here is to help y'all out and make y'all, or help y'all understand what's going on in the city, right? Again, I'm gonna leave a link to my free consultation, free buyer consultation, free seller consultation. I'm gonna leave that link down below. Make sure that you hit that. Let's schedule a call, let's schedule a Zoom meeting, a one-on-one, and that way I understand your real estate plan and I can make it come to life. And I just wanna cap it off like this. I also relocated to Austin. I didn't know anybody here when I first moved here, and I kinda had to figure this all out on my own. And I understand how difficult it can be. If I had somebody that was helping me along the way, like I'm trying to help you guys, it would have made my job so much easier just relocating here. I just want to help you guys with that relocation journey, make it as smooth as possible, make it as seamless as possible. And that way y'all only have to worry about moving your things from one place to another. That's all I want you to worry about. Let me take care of the rest. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.